Shake it, baby. Oh yeah, shake it, shake it, shake it. First update coming from Nate Diaz. Recently, Nate Diaz has been getting a lot of hate from MMA fans. It all started a few days ago. He tweeted a reference to boxing where he said he could defeat heavyweight boxers like Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, and Tyson Fury in a fight. Nate showing he's confident in his skills and challenging these boxers, essentially saying that he would easily defeat them if given the opportunity. But MMA fans got upset. One said, "Never thought I'd say these words. I'm tired of Nate Diaz," while another wrote, "Stop embarrassing yourself, you're a grown man." Someone else mentioned, "You lost to Jake Paul." He began receiving many more harsh comments. After looking at it from the fans' point of view, Nate might have understood that he made a mistake. Dana White reveals his first $1 million earning. In the Pound for Pound podcast, Dana White shares how he discovered he was on track to make $1 million during a budget meeting.
It was probably 6 or 7, 2006 or 7, I don't remember, probably 7. And we were in a budget meeting. And Lorenzo used to have these fucking big whiteboards. He always liked writing on whiteboards. So I'm watching this thing play out on the whiteboard and I'm like, wait a minute, does that say I'm gonna make $1 million this year? And Lorenzo's like, yeah. So I own 10% of the UFC. So however the company would do that year, you know, after expenses, you know, the owners, me, Frank, and Lorenzo, would get our percentage of whatever was over. And that year it was $1 million. The first year I made $1 million.
After years of financial struggles, the UFC experienced a major turnaround in 2007. It was a big deal because they finally started making money. Dana White, who's like the boss, earned his first $1 million that year from owning 10% of the company. McGregor explained why he wasn't at UFC 300. As we all know, UFC often features big stars at milestone events like UFC 100 and 200 to attract more viewers and generate buzz around the event. McGregor was asked why he wasn't part of UFC 300, considering it's a significant event. See Conor's answer to this question.
I'm happy, and how many world champions are on UFC 300? How many former world champions and current world champions? How many belts? I'm happy with how 300 went down. I can't wait to see it, and I think that light heavyweight fight is going to be an interesting one. I think Hill and Pereira. I'm interested to see Hill and Pereira, and I think it's a great card. I think with all of the circumstances they had, they've done tremendous. I'm happy with.
Meanwhile, a technical glitch interrupts Conor's statement, causing it to be cut off. The interviewer then asks Conor if he plans to return on June 29th.
Okay, so you're happy with where it's at as far as UFC 300 is concerned. Are you fighting June 29th, Conor? This is the big question that everyone wants to know.
Oh, where did I cut off?
You cut off saying that you were happy with the card Pereira Hill is interesting, and then you cut off. We couldn't hear you anymore.
So I'm very happy where I am now. The call has been made, and we're to go. So
What does that mean? What does that mean? The call has been made.
This means this summer the Mac is back. So I'm happy with my time I've got in the lead up to it. I'm happy with where I'm at, and everything just works out in God's name. And I'm ecstatic, my man. I got great news the other day. I essentially got the news the other day, and I was like, boom, straight. I have a full scale octagon in my house, in my garden, my front garden, straight away. Some cat that's built like a NASCAR. His name is Lascar. I call him Lascar. NASCAR. Check him out. He's a great fighter. I'm not sure exactly where he's from, but wrestler, freestyle, overhead slams, and all the rest of it.
A memorable moment was created at UFC Vegas 89 when Andre Lima was bitten by his opponent Severino. Andre Lima's UFC debut wasn't the best, even though he won, but he's managed to turn things around and make it one of the most memorable nights of his MMA career. During their UFC debut matchup, Lima was in trouble when Severino got control over him near the fence. Then, unexpectedly, Severino bit Lima's arm, leaving deep marks. Afterward, Lima promptly got a tattoo at that spot. The surprising incident led to Lima winning by disqualification and Severino getting instantly let go by the UFC. Even though Lima didn't want to win like that for his first octagon fight, Dana White made it up to him by giving him an extra $25,000, calling it the bit bonus.